Oh my gosh. What's happening, YouTubes? It says I'm live. Okay, so we're going to cut right to the chase. Thank you for joining, whether you're live or on the replay. I am your host, Elizabeth Overton, and I am a registered nurse turned spiritual entrepreneur. And I am here on the earth plane at this time to teach about easy manifestation. Now, like you, I have been studying manifestation law of attraction for a very long time. In fact, last night when I was on my yoga mat, I glanced over at my bookshelf and I was drawn to Infinite Possibilities. Any Mike Dooley fans in the house? And this was, I always write inside my books the date that I started them. And this was on December 31st, 2011. And so, and of course, every morning I'm tuning in to some Abraham Hicks and the beautiful Esther Hicks right here on the YouTubes. And as a student of law of attraction and manifestation for so many years, what I kept running into was getting in my own way and trying to micromanage all the players. And I think or that has been my experience with a lot of people in my hive is that when you are a go-getter and when you like things to be a certain way, sometimes that has you trying to manipulate the outcomes, which uh, that's not our job, right? That's always up to the universe. And so I started meditating and I started journaling. And that is really when I had a really large breakthrough. And I noticed when I was working as a nurse and I was coaching people over the telephone, my patients, my clients were getting really, really, really great outcomes, great results in a really short amount of time. And what I discerned was that it all stemmed from the right questions. And so, what I want to offer to you for the next 12 days are an affirmation from the Divine AF Affirmation Deck that I have created and a very specific question. Because the reason that so many of us get so tripped up and in our own way is because we have a desire for something. However, the belief that we can have the desire are completely out of resonance. They're not in sync. And so that is what manifestation is. Manifestation is your desire and your belief that you can have your desire actually have to be the same frequency, the same energy. And so that is where the power of questions come in because when you ask questions, your subconscious mind, which is where all your limiting beliefs are housed, don't stand a chance. And so it is a way to dismantle whatever the limiting belief that's coming up for you that's keeping you from being able to manifest what you desire. So I pinky swear promise you, if you commit to this for 12 days, you will have a shift in your frequency. You will have a shift in your perspective, and you will be able to manifest something very easily. So, I'm going to just want to let you know there, I'm going to reward you if you engage with me and you play with me in the sandbox of infinite possibilities and quantum. So, there will be 3 winners of this challenge. And 2 winners are going to receive the amazing Divine AF Daily Affirmations and Manifestation Journal for Women. This has been on the Amazons for about a couple of weeks, and it is selling like hotcakes because journaling, again, is a very powerful tool. So it's got it's just gorgeous interiors, and every day that there is an affirmation, and then there's a place for you to uh, discern and like reflect on what do these words mean to you. And there are weekly summary pages so that you can document like, oh my God, this amazing thing happened on Tuesday that I want to remember. And then at the back of the journal, there are 10 of the Divine AF oracles. So, for example, I love this one. And these illustrations are by the amazing Noharanda. So this says, I am listening. And then it gives you an affirmation. And so it is, I am open to divine guidance. Show me the next best step. So the combination of the visuals and the words completely shift your energy. And, you know, we all come to earth with, or we learn this rather, you know, we have the inner critic, the inner judge, the naysayer, and often that is what keeps us from expanding, from evolving. And there are ways to circumvent that, and questions are a really wonderful way to support you in that endeavor. So if you would like to enter to win the journal, so two people are gonna win the journal, and then one person will win a session with me where we will determine, like, what is your primary block that's keeping you from being able to manifest easy like Sunday morning. So in order to be considered for the prize, you need to, of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel. You need to share this with at least 3 peeps, mo meeps. Follow me on all the socials, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and of course, engage in the comments and let me know how this is landing for you. So we're going to be doing this together for 12 days. So it literally is going to take 5 minutes. So here we go. I'm just going to shuffle the cards and let's see. And I would invite you, if you're going to play for the next 12 days together with me, just call to mind something that you would like to expand in your life, that you would like to explore, that you would like to improve, that you would like to see manifest. Call that to mind. And then I would also invite you to be open to thinking about that thing or seeing that thing in a new light. Like, what if it were possible that I could see this differently? What if I could appreciate how this is, even if it's not the way that I like it? Okay. Okay. So let's see what the card's going to be. Okay. Wow. 4 cards came out. Okay, so we're going to read all 4 of these because that's what happens. Okay, so here they are. I am grateful. I am magical, of course. It is safe to love. And it is given. Okay, so we're going to go one at a time. Okay, so I am grateful. So this is the affirmation for this card. I love this. My desires are sacred and supported. Thank you for all of my many blessings. So this is the question. If you would like to write this down so that you can marinate on it later, I promise you will have a shift if you afford yourself the space, the time, and the opportunity to reflect on these questions. So here's the question. Can you tune into the feeling of appreciation and gratitude for all your many blessings today? And can you write them down? So I'm sure you've heard, well, there's tons of research. When you put pen to paper and when you actually commit to something on paper, the chance that it's going to come into fruition is a lot higher than if you don't. It's like you are committing to that thing. So that is the first question. Can you tune into the feeling of appreciation and gratitude for all your many blessings today? It seems very simple. However, often it's the most simplest and subtle things that can have the biggest impact. Okay, now this is the I Am Magical card. And this is very simple. You are pure magic every day and in every way. How are you honoring that today? Like, when is the last time you acknowledge the fact that you're totally magical? Like, dude, You're stardust. You are magical. And how are you honoring that? Like, okay, so I did a presentation and I had the amazing glitter jar. Like, you're magic. You're like this glitter. So how are you leveraging that? How are you tapping into that? Because when you're tapped into that, that's the bat line to source and infinite resources. Okay. So the bottom line is like struggling is totally optional. You don't have to struggle. So when you afford yourself the opportunity to tap in to all these resources that are available to you right now, everything in your life will be easier. Okay, it is safe to love. It is safe for me to open my heart to love. So here's the question for you. Where in your life can you open to a wee bit more love? Perhaps it is more love for yourself. It often is the case, right? We cannot give to someone else what we don't have for ourselves. And this is definitely a lifelong pursuit, right? How can you express that love today? Perhaps a little more grace and self acceptance. So, again, just throwing out what you have believed up until now to the wind and just asking yourself, how could I afford myself more love and appreciation today? Like, if you just ask yourself that, what comes in? Like, what shows up for you? Maybe you need to, like, stop saying yes to that one certain person. Maybe you need to take a bath. Maybe you need to go after that job that you're crazy about, but you're too committed to, like, the let me just be rational bullshit, right? Like, what how could you show yourself self-love? And that's different for every person. So take that to heart. And then the last one is it is given. I love this one. Okay, your connection to source and your angelic posse of support is ready in the wings to support your every need. It's so true. All you have to do is say the word and it is done. What do you need to ask for today? Because any desire that you have that's in your heart, even that if you don't say it out loud, it's already completed. It's already completed. Your job is to get out the way and to allow yourself to sit back and like continue to take inspired action toward your desire and allow it to come into your experience. Because back to the beginning of the conversation where I and many of my clients over the years, we like to micromanage and we like to control things, and that actually pushes things farther away from you and blocks them. And so that is what I have for you today for day one. And I would love to know what you're taking away from this. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you want to play in the sandbox. And if you want to just have a contest with yourself, like I'm super competitive. And what do you have to lose? Right? You could try it for one day. However, I pinky swear promise if you commit to listening to this content for 12 days and you actually ask yourself these questions and you actually allow yourself the opportunity to think about them, reflect on them, and if you want to write down what comes through to you, your mind will be blown because it's energy. Everything is energy. And so instead of being the skeptic, the judger, the critic, you're shifting your frequency to a place of curiosity, compassion, playfulness. And when you stoke your imagination, which is really what you're doing by looking at these beautiful cards, things will start to come into your consciousness that were not there before. And where once all you saw were blocks and doors and obstacles, you start to see openings, you start to see possibilities because you are divine, eternal, and quantum. And I just want to reflect that back to you. So that is what I have for you today. I'm excited to hear from you on the replay, and I really hope to see you tomorrow. Until then, know that you are amazeballs. And the universe, God's force, all your angels totally have your back. All right. Peace out.